Alright, welcome to our, I guess, first Arc Tips and Tricks video. In this video, we're gonna fly around the island and show you 7 or 8 of what I consider my favorite base locations. They may or may not be in any particular order. You can argue in the comments. Let me know if you think they are in particular order, or tell me what your favorite base locations are. And with that, let's get to the first location. Alright, and of course, no best PvE base locations video is complete without the fan favorite Herbivore Island. Oh, it looks like I left a raft over here. Oh well, it's fine. But this is a great location because it's filled with herbivores. You're not gonna get eaten. I mean, you might get killed if you piss something off, but you can basically wall this off and have all this for your dino pen. It's a really good location. I'll get off and show you on the map, on the compass, or the GPS where this is. So the GPS coordinates are basically 83 by 85, and on the map it's way down there in the bottom right. I don't know why it's got me off the island there, but whatever, you can see it. Bottom right, that island at the bottom. It's super safe. It's got a drop back here. I think purple's as high as this drop gets, which is okay for early game. There's plenty of metal up here. Well, not plenty, but there is some metal that spawns up here. I think I looted it all already. Oh, no, there's some. But yeah, this is the only thing you want to make sure on this one is don't build up here on top. Don't build anything up here, because otherwise these metal nodes will not respawn. And then you don't want that. So keep all your building down here. You can clear all these woods out in here, clear these trees. I think these rocks can be cut down too. Yeah, you can get rid of most of these rocks, and then you got a big flat area. Some of the ones that are on the side, you can't get rid of. And you can even wall in the bay down here, and this is deep enough to, like you saw a second ago, there's a Basilosaurus and a Megalodon in there. So you can park your water dinos in here. You have an all-in-one base. I usually have like a coastal base and then my main base. My main base is always towards the center of the map, but these are all great locations as well. I've personally never based here, but it's got the perfect setup for it all. We'll catch up with you at the next base location. Alright, and our next base location is over here close to the Red Obelisk. It's all around these series of waterfalls here. You can pick pretty much anywhere on these tiers to build. I just recommend not being right next to the waterfall where you gotta listen to it every time you're just sitting in base crafting or something. But I mean, if it's soothing to you, then do it. I'm not gonna stop you. But you can go down here on the beach, have a nice beach bob excursion. Got nice clean water down here. Or you could do it up here. Got the nice island in the middle of this lake. This is probably where I'd put it if I were building a base here. I might even go all the way up to the 3rd tier, onto the bigger lake. Because yeah, you got a little more space up here. You got the bigger island in the middle of this lake. Almost turns into little miniature rivers and a delta. It's right next to the Red Obelisk, so you can move your army over there to fight the dragon real quick when you're ready for that. You want to cryopod him up for the other fights, but that's not too bad. Here it is on the map, right by the Red Obelisk, not too bad. And the coordinates are 76.2 by 20.7. There's not a lot of metal around here, that's one of the drawbacks. But in my world, you gotta have water. I'm not building a base not near water. It just does not compute for me. And with that, on to the next base location. And here, we're coming up on what used to be my favorite base location, until the waterfall drove me insane. This is, if you cut down all these trees, chop up all these rocks, this is incredibly flat. Huge area of flatness up here. I built a bridge across the river. I think I built like 2 or 3 bridges across the river, really, just to give myself a bunch of amazing space. But there's so much room up here. You've got the river for water. Always got to have water. And if you're early game, if you get here early enough, you got river rocks down there. I think there's a few up here too, mostly down there if you need them. And it's right there on the map at the mouth of that northern river. And coordinates are 47.6 by 20.1. Another great thing about this location, like I cut all these trees down, cut all these rocks out at this nice big flat area, and then it's got a nice smooth walkway down to the beach over here, which leads over to this spot where almost every carnivore spawns. Not almost all, but a lot. Like Rexes, Allosaurus, Argentavis, Hyenodons, Carnos. There's a lot of awesome stuff spawns over here. If what you want's not here, just kill everything and come back in 10 minutes and it's gonna be here. Look, there's a pack of Allos right there just chomping down on, looks like Hyenodons. Oh, scorpions. Yeah, scorpions spawn too. Oh, saber-tooths, yeah, don't forget about those. Argentavis. You're really close to the cold zone, so you can go get your mammoth if you want them. Or Uteranus. Those are important. What else is up there? Penguins for polymer. And the oil deposits, obviously. And blue obelisk is right there. So it's about halfway between red and blue obelisk. And with that, let's head to the next base location. Alright, and now probably the most picturesque base location that you can get on the island is this little hidden lake in the redwood forest. This one's a little dangerous because there are thylacoleos on the trees sometimes. Like, we are starting to get into the more advanced locations. Shouldn't be your first base probably. But look at this crystal clear blue water. I love it. And you got all kinds of it too. You can build across it, pillar around it, get a big flat area here. Is that a thylacoleo right there? No, it's a dire bear. Alright. But that dire bears, they're in the redwoods too. That is what makes this place a little dangerous. There's a lot of things that want to eat you. But this is it. We got plenty of water. Oh, we got a baryonyx here. Gotta check him. Level 4. That's about as bad as it gets, I think. It's literally as bad as it gets. Alright, so we're in the middle of the redwood forest, over here on the left side. The coordinates are 61.4 by 34.0. Obviously you got plenty of wood, plenty of stone, some river rock, some river rock down here. All the raptors you could possibly want to kill. But it is getting a little dangerous, so keep that in mind if you decide to live here. But you got these awesome ruins down here too. I love the ruins on this map. And with that, we'll head on to the next base location. Alright, we're coming up on basically the runner-up of where I planned on basing for this playthrough. I started on my first playthrough, or not my first playthrough, but a couple playthroughs ago, I started moving my base over here from that waterfall base way over on the other edge of the map because I wanted to be more centralized. And this is a great spot if you want to be central. You got plenty of stone and wood right at the foot of the volcano. Black sand beaches over here. Rexes spawn all up and down there. You got thylacoleos across the river in the redwoods. Baryonyx over there in the swamp on the other side of the redwoods as well. More black sand beaches for Rexes to spawn, and they'll come down the volcano too. But this is really big and flat. You can get a big base on here. And it's where the arrow's pointing. I don't understand why the arrow's not always accurate on this map. But it's pretty much right where the arrow's pointing on that little jut out into the river, where the river bends. And the coordinates are 47.9 by 48.9. And like I said, this is the runner-up to where I'm currently based. I think that goes up to purple, if I remember right. Which is fine. It's not the main draw here. Like, you're close to metal, obsidian, Rexes, Thylacoleo, and water. Always water. I'm not messing around with water. Gotta have it. But yeah, big flat spot. Easy to build a nice big base. And on to the next one. Alright, and here we're coming up on my winner for this playthrough. This is definitely my current favorite base location. You can see I'm walling in the whole spot, the whole area. This will be a keep of sorts, but that's not what we're here for. This is it's not as flat as I would like, but I liked the 3 entrances, one into the Redwoods, going across that log. I just think it looks cool. I mean, look how awesome this is. There's not a lot of dinos that fit inside the log, but the Thylacoleo does. There's a bird. Yeah, I can fly through it on my bird. How about that? Haha! Let's not get eaten by a Thylacoleo. Yeah, you can wall it all off. Beavers down here. That was a big part of why I wanted to base right here, because I know there's a bunch of beaver dams are always spawning in this spot right here. And I'm not making cementing paste from chitin anymore. That's for noobs. I tell you what, I'm no longer a noob. Well, I'm still kind of a noob, but I'm not gonna be that newbie anymore. And there's plenty of water. I can pipe water up once I get my greenhouse set up. Big open area. There's a drop that comes down right here. I think it goes up to blue or purple. That one goes up to gold, I know, which is not great either. It's not red. It's not a deep sea crate, but it's good enough early game. And the coordinates for this one are... There it is on the map. It's nice and central. You got three mountains real close to you, really, for metal. If you take all the metal off one mountain, go clear another mountain. And if it still hasn't respawned by then, go clear the 3rd mountain. And hopefully it respawns by then, because, man, that's a lot of metal. And the coordinates of this place are 46.7 by 61.1. And this is, right now, it's my favorite base location on the islands for PvE. And, yeah, let's head to the next base location. We're coming up on another crowd favorite. This one's really popular. I think it's pretty simple. We can get this scoped out before the sun goes down the rest of the way. But it's basically just this big open field here. Oh, we gotta kill an alpha raptor. Alright. But yeah, there's just basically this whole big open space here. You can build as big of a dino pen as you can possibly imagine out here. It is huge. It's right between the volcano and this mountain that's got just covered in metal. And you're pretty close to that mountain. Blue Obelisk isn't too far away. Right there on the map. It's pretty much dead center on the map between the volcano and that other mountain. And the coordinates are 38.8 by 51. It's definitely worth checking out if you want to just have a huge dino army and just have gobs and gobs and gobs of space to train up and breed up more dinos. It's really perfect for that. But the reason I don't base here is there's no water. I'm not gonna pipe water all the way up from the river. You could. It's not that far. Like the redwood, you can still see the redwoods from here, but that's a lot of water pipe. Or you can do the rain collecting thing, but I don't want to do that either. So I always just base near water. And yeah, on to the next location. Alright, this one's pretty advanced base location, but it's got a real big flat area, lots of stone. If you can handle all the Rexes and Gigas that coming down off the mountains you're surrounded by, it's a great big flat area. Got these bugs here. We ain't got time for bugs. Take the chitin though. It's on the water, which obviously, you know, I like my bases on the water. But big flat area, you can get plenty of space. It's on the map. It is right up here, getting close to the Northern Ocean. So it's real close to Carnivore Island. You can go over there and pick up some Rexes or Argentavas or whatever you need over there. Whatever you want to get your army for to go fight the bosses with. Then on the coordinates for it, coordinates are 33.8 and by 69.7. Like, the only downside is you're not real close to any obelisk, so anytime you want to move your army, you're gonna have to bottle them all up in cryopods. But by the time you're fighting bosses on alpha level, that doesn't matter. We got plenty of metal up here. We got water, wood, stone, another mountain over here. You're also close enough to the cold. You can go get your Uteranus or those furry things. I forget what they're called. Leave a comment down below. Remind me what they're called. But yeah, pretty good base location. It's definitely getting more advanced up here. Like, the further north you go, the more difficult the map gets, the more Rexes and carnivores you're gonna see, the more challenging all the situations are. And those are my 8 favorite base locations on the island. If you think you can figure out which one what the order is for them, go ahead and try and guess down in the comments below. If you saw any new ones or you liked what you saw, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. There's new videos every week. They're not always tips and trick videos, but I got a couple series going on right now for this playthrough we're going through. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, everybody.